It changed the entire landscape of video games. When you talk about Pac-Man, it was something different that came along. The thing I really liked about Pac-Man in general, and it's not really the case with some of the other games from that era, is there's a total that you can achieve and the game is over. I thought that was a great challenge. I am Derek Sefcik, and I am now known as the 11th person in the world to ever get a perfect Pac-Man on an original arcade machine. My wife called me from the store and said, hey, I saw one of these mini arcade games. This is what I received in February 2021 as a birthday gift. Started playing on this, got pretty far. The high score is 999,090 on it.
I didn't think he was going to be a Pac-Man world champion, but I did think that he was going to enjoy the challenge of beating his score on a regular basis and getting better.
2 or 3 weeks in, I thought to myself, there's got to be a strategy here. All I'm doing is moving away from the ghosts, running from them, and if you can learn how they move, you can manipulate where they're at in position to where you are. So maybe about a month in, it hit me one night. Through the first 2 boards, the maximum possible score is 30,000 points. And I hit that. And I remember texting my family, they were upstairs, and I said, I'm going for the highest score ever. I'm gonna do this. There's a total of 256 boards. I wanted to get there by eating every ghost, every prize, maximum possible score that you can get. And that was it. I wanted to get to the end perfect on just one guy and get a perfect score of 3,333,360. After playing for a while, I realized that in order for a score to be authentic, you had to be on original hardware. Got the Ms. Pac-Man machine, dropped in an original Pac-Man PCB board. From Labor Day, it was about 10 weeks until I ultimately achieved my goal.
And I didn't realize how many hours he was actually doing it until when he almost beat it the one time and he said, oh, that was like 5.5 hours. And I realized how much time he was spending down there.
We're gonna go for it here. So it was November 14th, 2021. There we go. Everything just started to click. It was approximately 4 hours and 30 minutes. When you think of the number of games that have been played, and the fact that there had only been 10 people that had ever done it before. That's an accomplishment in my book. To be able to say I'm one of 11 people in the world to have done something, it was just a great feeling.
My favorite part about drawing and creating is really just trying to figure it out. My name's Cheryl Kugler. I am an artist and an illustrator and a creative aging teaching artist. So we're drawing cats today. It really comes alive, particularly with this, because it's an animal. Once you get the color of the eyes, it kind of makes it pop a little more. This cat's name is Tara. She's an adult calico. Last year, I was wanting to participate in the 100-day project. The idea is to encourage creativity in people. I happen to be a visual artist, so I'm drawing cats. And I happen to really like cats. I have adopted 2 cats from Loving Care Cat Rescue. This is Quinn, and she is 5 now. And we adopted her when she was about 1 year old. And I thought, well, I do want to learn how to draw cats better than I currently draw them. So I thought, well, I'm going to draw 100 cats that are of Loving Care Cat Rescue cats.
I'm Dorothy Minnick, and I'm with Loving Care Cat Rescue. We're a foster-based organization. We were totally honored, grateful, blown away.
Each of the drawings that I did were foster cats with Loving Care Cat Rescue. But I really learned something from every cat that I drew. For some reason or another, some characteristic really popped out when I was doing it.
If you look at her artwork in every one of these drawings, you will see something come out about the personality of that cat. She's just extremely talented.
I wasn't just randomly trying to draw a cat out of my head. These are cats that benefit in the end by having their image drawn and getting awareness about the cat.
All right, here we go.
We're at Downstown Area High School. We are with the cast and crew and pit of Mamma Mia 2020. Here we go again. March 13th, we got word. We were actually rehearsing. It was a Friday.
It was the age of no regret.
Now you're working in a bank.
We're doing a run-through of the second act
All of a sudden the directors were called out of the rehearsal and they were like, just keep going, like keep running through it like we have been.
And we got word that school was closing down for 2 weeks in hopes that in 2 weeks' time we would be back and able to perform the show.
Bit more of the old Donna.
We went to the calendar and we're trying to say, okay, in 2 weeks, let's reschedule. Maybe at the end of April we can do this, maybe early May.
All right, Donna, you ready?
Yep.
Go for it.
This is gonna get pushed back for 2 weeks or this is gonna be canceled, and it was just canceled.
And then as it started to become more and more apparent that this show was not going to happen
I can still recall.
in the spring or the summer or even the fall, because we had thought maybe we would do it in the spring of 2021. Our kids didn't feel it was right to do it without the original cast. And the other problem with Mamma Mia is it wasn't allowed to be streamed. So we opted to do 2 junior shows.
You want to build a snowman?
We did Frozen Junior
Rising in the east.
and Beauty and the Beast Junior, both of which were streamed. Some of these Mamma Mia kids were in those shows. Others graduated and went on their way.
And I was lucky enough to be Elsa in Frozen. And I remember finishing Let It Go and then silence. And it was really strange because that's a huge showstopper number that you would expect to get at least like, a little applause for.
And then it was time to choose our show for 2022. We didn't feel that Mamma Mia was the right show because the kids now had graduated, 2 years had gone by. So we chose a show that we could stream if necessary, and so we did Anastasia in 2022. While we were rehearsing this past January, and we said, could we do this in the summer? Could we get it to happen? We sent out some texts. Little by little, we started to hear back from kids, and we thought that we could do this. So we have a little bit of a mixture. We have 11 returning.
I love that they're doing this for us because they didn't have to do any of this for us. They could have just been like, maybe we'll do it another year with another whole group of kids. Then they were like, no, we want to bring you guys back. We want to be able to do this for you. Not everything has been lost, and we can get some things back or even create newer, better things out of what we lost back then.
I've always been athletic since my young 20s. I've really changed some of my training for this journey. My name is Andrea Wells. I head out on May 9th to fly to Nepal, where I will start my journey on trekking to Everest Base Camp. It didn't take me too long to decide this is probably a great opportunity and I'm going to take it. I work for Stadia Church Planting, who is a nonprofit. We help people who are passionate about starting new churches. Our president came to me and said, I'm going to put this trek together to raise money, and I want to invite you to come. And each of our goals on our team is to raise at least $50,000. That will 100% of that will go towards starting those new churches. The whole hike itself is 19 days. There'll be a lot of acclimating in that.
Okay.
Where we'll start altitude-wise will be somewhere around 8,000 feet, but we will go the whole way up until we hit about 18,000 feet above sea level.
Keep those hips up.
The training for altitude has not been awesome.
Hip ups, last one.
My trainers here have been super helpful with endurance and strength training and building muscle.
Whew.
Good job.
It's good.
Definitely endurance is one of the biggest things that we're kind of focusing on. Squat, press.
Okay.
Just because you need that endurance to keep going every single day. Cardio, keeping heart rate up throughout the workout.
Ooh.
Set those down.
Good grief.
You can make an impact wherever you're at. You don't have to climb Mount Everest to make an impact.
Keep it strong.
You can make an impact in the world around you.
All right, now we are done with that.